This is Fred Beck from Fred Toys Fighting. I'm joined by Tristan Hamm over Zoom. It's the first time on the channel, Tristan. I do appreciate you coming on. You got your
Thanks for having
fight
me.
against not Logan Paul coming up very, very soon for Misfits 012. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Feeling good. I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready for war. So let's do it.
Have you had any combat sports experience before?
Not combat sports professionally or amateur. No experience there. Just kind of a roughneck. Came back, grew up in Canada, grew up in the pipeline. So it was pretty rough territory back then. So have that fight spirit. But, I put that away for a very long time. So I'm stoked to be able to bring that back out and, you know, come back alive.
And use it for experience, use it for
Exactly.
the real deal. But for you in the social media space, what exactly do you do? I guess it's also what I've seen online is some sort of like adventure kind of survival.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different, especially anybody in the UK might not understand what I do. But I'm an outdoorsman, adventure connoisseur pretty much. Anything that gets the blood pumping, I love to do, and I love new challenges. So everything from ice climbing and skydiving to rock climbing, mountaineering, whatever is extreme, and it gets my blood boiling, I like to do it. I like to figure out all the intricacies on how to do it professionally and then take it as far as I can. It's no different than what I want to do with boxing. So yeah.
What's the closest near-death experience you've had?
Near death?
Yeah, what's the closest one you've had?
And I've had a couple of drowning incidents. I've been stranded on mountains before where, you got to make a decision on like if you're gonna buckle down or get off the thing or a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I could count on over 100 different things, but the one that really hit me was a drowning incident that I almost had. I'm a very strong swimmer. I spent a lot of time in Hawaii. I'm very experienced in rip currents, but there's one thing about cold water is that if you're not prepared for cold water, you can cramp up really easily. So I've had a near death experiencing almost drowning in cold water before, so that wasn't pleasant, but we got out of it.
Okay, so you're all right then. You can live a telltale, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I could bore you for hours on this.
We got all next week to do that. When it's all
Yeah,
an easier week and you got all those interviews. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested to hear those tales. You're going to write a book one day and have all the stories in one session.
100%, 100%.
And you had the Misfits fight in there also. But for
Yeah,
fighting on Misfits, is this like a one-time thing for you, or is this a consistent thing you're going to keep having?
no, 100%. I want to go all the way. I want to go all the way to the top. Like I think there's a lot of good-looking guys in there, and it's going to be a fun test. But I'm ready for anything that comes my way, and I'm not stopping with just this fight. This is a warm up.
So not Logan Paul is quite a big name to go in with. Obviously, he's very well known. He's obviously quite closely linked with Logan Paul. He's been on Impulsive. He's very well known in the space. I'm sure he gets recognized in the street quite a lot. How did the fight between you and him officially come around?
Well, it was brought up to me. I mean, BJ, my coach, he's just putting the guys in front of me and then was gonna knock them out as they go. So I personally didn't know the guy. I've seen, similar characters in the past, the lookalikes and the stunt doubles, but I think this will be a fun one. It might antagonize Logan a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just doing my work, just training hard, and whatever they put in front of me, whoever they put in front of me, it's gonna be their problem to deal with. So yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about the guy, to be honest. Just I'm gonna try to get him out of there as soon as possible. That's it.
Go in and do a job. That's how I like
Exactly.
it. How did the link up with BJ Flores come around? Obviously, he's a very experienced trainer. He's been around the block. He fought before
Exactly.
himself. How did that come around?
Well, actually, one of his previous trainers, Jacob Chavez, actually introduced us. Good friend of mine, just in the space of adventure. The guy's a cowboy, and he saw my skills one day, and he's like, "Hey, if you ever want to take it seriously and you want to get serious, let me know." I got a fight offer in Russia to go fight. I called up Jacob, and he called up BJ. They sent me on a flight to Vegas. I put my skills to the test. They liked what they saw, and he took me under his wing. So I know he's not training anybody else, so that's got to say something that he's down to take me under his wing and make it happen. And I'm stoked about it because, for me, I'm down to do anything to make this happen and it's gonna be good.
What was the fight in Russia about?
Well, without disclosing too much details because I still want it to happen, but there was a pretty big promotion out there.
Is it that BJ? Is that BJ in the background?
Oh yeah, it is. Should I call him over?
Yeah, get both of you get him there. I didn't
He's
realize
gonna
you have
come over
both
in a minute.
together. Oh my gosh.
He's gonna come over in a minute. Yeah, I got the guy living with me. That's the only way to make this happen properly. Is like I think
Living with
there's a lot
BJ
of people out there.
Flores. I mean, what's that like living with BJ?
It's very strict. BJ doesn't fuck around. There's no question about it. Every day, all day, every minute of the day is boxing, boxing, boxing. I'll wake up in the morning to him screaming at me, "Get the fuck down here and let's watch some film." Got the coffee. We just focus, dial in, and just get the mind right. And then on the way to the gym, we're watching fights. We're watching, man, everything, like fights from the 50s, influencer bouts, MMA guys, his fights, everything, just studying. It's like a full-on camp. It's like university here with BJ. So I make the comment to a lot of people, like, what was it like training? What would it be like training with BJ or training with another trainer? I would knock myself out in the first round training with any other trainer. There's no question about it. BJ is without a doubt the best trainer you could ever ask for. I couldn't ask for anything better than him.
Well, they always say like a good fighter and trainer is almost like a father-son relationship. You kind of get that close, you get that bond. Because like all
Yep.
the stressful moments, all the moments you probably shout and scream at each other, and
Yeah,
then
it's
all
like an
comes down to
abusive
one
father.
night.
It's like an abusive father. That's what it's like.
Where
A
are you at
father
then,
that whips
BJ?
you.
What's he hiding for then? Can you call him over? What's he hiding for?
He wants to come and talk to you.
Get him to pull a chair up.
We got him.
You can have both of you on camera here. All right, we'll start with this then question. Who makes breakfast in the mornings?
Oh God.
Who makes breakfast in the mornings? Of you two living together.
I do intermittent fasting, so I don't even eat breakfast, first of all. So yeah, that was an easy one. I grab my coffee, I go on the patio. Anyways, Fred, happy New Year. Happy 2024. Happy holidays. Have a great month of January to start. But yeah, just the whole breakfast thing. We wake up at different times. I start my day a little different than he does, but we train every day and get together and he's doing a good job. So it's without giving too much away, I'm looking forward to the 20th and getting out there and letting everybody get a look at this kid.
Certainly. If it's your first time, I think I'm definitely correct in saying this. Your first time you're actually training a fighter BJ who's fighting on Misfits, which obviously very
Yeah,
exciting. You're gonna make
first
a
one,
big
yeah.
statement. Is that quite an
First,
achievement for you to kind of get the ball rolling in that?
I wasn't really looking forward, or I wasn't really like, trying to train fighters and misfits. I was kind of doing my own thing. And after the gunshot wound in March, I didn't really, training wasn't necessarily on my list of things to do. Honestly, I started managing some fighters. I managed Lorenzo and Tristan and Boswick and a couple other guys that are coming up. And I wasn't training, wasn't the move. And after I met Tristan, we just kind of started, talking about different options and things to do and coming to Florida and things, and it kind of worked out. So here we are. For the time being, I'm training him, and let's see how things go January 20th.
Certainly. How far do you think Tristan Hamm can go in the division he's in? I'm correct in saying it's 175, is that correct?
We're not sure if it's going to be 175 or 185. We're kind of open to either division because he kind of walks around at 85. He can make 75, but we can fight either one. So wherever the biggest challenges are, that's where we're going to go. So he's got to go out and do a job on January 20th, which I have no question that he will do. And then we want to come right back on a card in March or April. And then we want to fight a guy that nobody will expect us to fight in March or April. And then another guy nobody will expect us to fight in the summertime. I want him in tough fights quickly. And, there's a couple names of guys that I would love, for fights like that. And he'll be ready for them.
Well, no, Logan Paul was definitely a tough fight. He's had a few MMA fights, or quite a few MMA fights. So you know he'd
He's
be a
not
tough
going to go,
guy.
Fred. He's not going 2 rounds. Trust me. He
Not
won't
two
go 2 rounds.
rounds.
He will not go 2 rounds. So if you want to see a knockout, make sure you're there for the second televised fight. If he goes into the third round, I might not be in the corner when Tristan comes back. So I don't want to see him come back any more than one time. I don't want to see him coming back to the corner. We do
No
not train.
pressure.
We do
No
not
pressure,
train to
Tristan,
win
at
these
all.
fights by decision. We train to win these fights by knockout. And with all the judges and all that kind of stuff, we do not need to leave it in the hands of the judges. And at this level, there's no reason for these fights to go the distance. He should be knocking all these guys out.
No pressure, Tristan. Whatever BJ says. Well, certainly in England's boxing, you do want to get the knockouts. You do want to put on a show. It's not just a person who wins who's exciting. A person who loses who's exciting, and a person who wins who's boring. The loser always gets kind of the better kind of nail, the better bargain almost, because they're more exciting and people want to see them fight again. Before we leave this off, though, I'll let you guys go. Have you ever taken BJ out at all into the woods, into the wilderness, doing activities, Tristan?
Funny thing is, his grandfather crashed a plane in the Yukon, and that's where I'm from. So, cool little synapse there. But no, not yet. I'm gonna drag
That's
his
why
ass.
that's why BJ just made a quick run straight away. His party's clearly over as he's got to go to the fridge. So
Exactly. We'll drag his ass to the mountains, but for now, we'll stick to the grind here and throw some shots at some punching bags in humid ass Miami, I guess.
Do it, man.
you should have a deal. You should have a deal. If Tristan gets a round one knockout, and BJ has to go skydiving. If it's round two, then you just
That's
go
actually
right rafting.
legit.
You have
I'll
like
go
a stake.
skydiving. Yeah, I'm
Bet.
down. Yeah, I'll do the
Fucking
skydiving.
go.
I know he's going to knock him out in the first, second round. I'm betting against. I'm betting against myself here. So I actually do want to go skydiving though.
That's
So
fucking sick. I didn't know
yeah, that's cool.
that.
I actually already think that. So, but
There's
without getting ahead of ourselves, I mean, we're looking for guys like I want him to fight next. The next fight, I want him to fight someone tough. I want him to fight Ryan Taylor. In the summertime, I'd like for him to fight a guy like King Kenny, Joe Weller if he wants to get back into boxing. I want him fighting these kind of guys quickly because unless you're training 100% full time, 100% like we are, we're going to run through you. So, I mean, with all due respect, unless you're a full-time boxer, if you're just an influencer boxer, then you're not going to have a chance. So, I'm ready to put that to the test, and I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
Sounds pretty good then. I like that. I also like the bet, the skydiving bet. Before we end this off, we'll start with you, Tristan. Where can people find you social media wise? They want to follow you and track you.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram, Tristan Hamm, that's where it's at. 2 M's. And yeah, you'll find a lot of adventure content there, a lot of crazy shit. It's a little bit downgraded from what I actually do, but it's a little bit more digestible for most people. And then I just started up the good old X account. I think we're rocking a good old few 200 followers on that one. Just started it this week. So get on there right now and go follow me on X if you want more fight related content for sure.
Do you have a YouTube, Tristan?
Nope, not yet. Launching it.
You should make one, I think, for fight week. Have one
I,
like
need,
a vlog.
I think this is going to light up a fire in my ass and get some more content out there for
Maybe
everybody.
Fred, you can help him out with the YouTube. Fred knows
Yeah,
how
I think definitely have a YouTube. I think
well.
it's silly almost not to film. They'll have like a videographer of you filming the fight night, everything that's going on. It's really nice for like 5, 6, 7 years to look back and have it all videoed and have like a whole not documentary, but a whole
Yeah.
good 10-minute montage of all the clips together. And of
We got
course,
a
keeping
camera
with it.
crew. We got a camera crew coming out for the January 20 fight, so we're gonna link up, Fred. We're gonna do something. We get out there, and we're gonna make
I
it
mean,
happen.
let's get after some kind of adventure, bro. We got to do something good.
Well, in Leeds is probably the worst area you can probably go to if you want that sort of thing, to be fair.
Hey,
It's not
I'm jumping on a
Scotland.
flight to Switzerland as soon as that flight's over or fight's over. I'm going right on a flight to Switzerland, go do some skiing. So
I'm excited to go to Leeds. I fought in Liverpool, almost 7, 8 years ago. I was at the David Haye fight in Manchester. Obviously Jake fought. Jake fought in Saudi Arabia. Like we're getting all over the map. This boxing stuff's taking us everywhere, so it's a lot of fun. We're excited to go to Leeds. It's a great city. A lot of good fans out there. Maybe not of boxing, but of other things. And it's got a lot. It's a rich history the city's got a rich history of a lot of different things and a lot of different events. And I'm excited to take a couple days after the fight and explore the city, and see what's in Leeds.
Leeds is cool. I've never actually been myself, which is crazy to say, considering I live in the UK. But yeah, Leeds is definitely a good party goers, I'm sure. There'll be a few. There's a good after parties in Leeds. Everyone loves a good drink up there. But Tristan and BJ, I do appreciate you guys coming on the channel. I'll put both your Instagram links in the description. But yeah, I'll see you soon.
Thanks,
hey,
guys.
brother.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so
See
much.
you guys.